Welcome to your new job at Amazon. You better get to scrap or Bezos will put you in an Amazon package and ship you straight to outer space. We here at Amazon love our job. Don't disturb the cashier at our warehouse, though. He will get you. There is no escape. As stated in Section 43B in your employee handbook, we do not take accountability for loss of items, loved ones, or yourself. Hello everybody. Welcome to another video of your favorite content creator. I know, I'm here. I'm back. Today we're reviewing a game. I know it's a very different take than what I usually do. We are reviewing Lethal Company, if you couldn't tell by the gameplay. This game is a game that you would be looking to buy if you want a game that is scary, funny at the same time, and just some fun with your bros. This game's really good. It is in very early access as of right now and is subject to change a whole lot. So far we have a ton of monsters, a ton of planets, and just a whole lot of fun and adventure to make along the way. So a little summary for this game if you guys didn't know and have been living under a rock for the past month. You basically play as an employee of this company, the Lethal Company, and you go into like abandoned moons as a little guy to sell scrap metal and other things to the company while monsters hunt you down and try to escape, obviously, with your life, because these moons can be a little bit tricky to maneuver around and kind of weave through without getting attacked by monsters. So a bit of the level design, the moons do look the same on the surface area, besides some terrain, like there could be a rock in one of your areas that's not in there next time you go to the moon, but they're all different. Once you open the door of the abandoned mine, you'll notice it is all different every single time. They use something called procedural generation to make these moons areas in the mine. You notice that it's have a bunker look. All the free ones have a bunker look to it, and then once you get to the 3 hardest, 2 of those have a library feel, which is especially scary for some of us since we don't know how to read. And then the last one has the same bunker feel to it, and it's kind of nerving, like off-putting of how these bunkers look and kind of how they feel when you're inside of them and when it gets real dark and you've got no one around to help you. We will be going through the monsters, but we will not be going through all of them. So the first monster we will be covering is the Bracken. The Bracken is quick and tall. It stalks you in the dark until it can get you in like a vulnerable state, and then it'll just snap your neck. It's not easily avoidable, as you can see it run away, and somehow it will find a way around where it went and get behind you again. They're very scary, and the only way to prevent them is by being able to look at them before they kill you, and then they'll like walk the other way while still looking at you, and you're gonna want to walk the opposite way it's walking and not stare at it for too long, or else it will aggro on you and eventually murder you. Up next is the Thumper. The Thumper is fast and agile. You know when it is close because you'll be able to hear it running down the hall, beating its fists. The best way to avoid it is to go the other way quickly. It can't hear you. As soon as it sees you, though, it will come, and fast. If it does see you, though, make sure you go around bends. Try to avoid going straight for too long. The Thumper can lose its speed when going around corners. Up next is the Snare Flea. The Snare Flea is simple. It attaches to ceilings and waits for a person to walk under it, and then pounces on their head. A tip is just to check every single ceiling you see and make sure they're not right under you, or or else they will probably kill you. Up next, we have the hoarding bug. These things are the closest you're going to get to a passive enemy in the game. They're big, but kind of cute looking bug creatures that will take loot and bring it places. They're friendly unless you grab their loot, and sometimes if you get too close. Then they'll get big and attack. I suggest not picking their stuff up and they won't hurt you. Also, another quick pro tip, if you're stuck in a corner and one's right there, if you have loot, even a flashlight, drop it. I know it sounds insane, but just drop the flashlight for it and it'll grab it and walk away and you'll have a free time to escape. Last but not least, I'll be covering the eyeless dog, which is the only outside enemy I've talked about in this episode. The eyeless dog only spawns outdoors, typically after 5:30 p.m. in-game time, or on eclipse moons as soon as you land. If you see one, just crouch and try to make as little noise as possible. You'll be fine unless you make noise. Then, unless you can juke it out, you're probably gonna die. Especially try not to talk, because your mic does get picked up in this game and it will hear you. Now, what I consider the main selling point of this game is the proximity chat. Prox chat is very refined in this game. It's like unfathomable how good it is. The one developer that made this game did what many hundreds of developers can't. Somehow this dev created the best proc chat I think I've ever seen in a game. It really gives you the chills when you hear your muffled teammates screaming down the hall and you go over there and he's dead with a pile of blood on the floor. And then you go grab his body only to die the same thing as him. Now for some pros and cons of the game. Some of the pros are the game is really well polished and not very much bugs, I feel like. The monsters all feel dynamic and have a role in making your trip to this moon difficult. For $10, I consider this game a steal. Honestly, I would buy it a second time. There aren't much cons in the game that I really have noticed, but the game can get a little repetitive sometimes and can be a bit hard without teammates, competent ones, that is. And sometimes boxes can just like get stuck in locked doors and they're kind of hard to pick up. Besides that, that's really all the cons. Man, this game is fun. If you were looking for a video to decide if you wanted it and I helped you decide, have fun with the game. For final score, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. The game is still in early development and it'll get new updates. Since the dev is one guy, it'll take him a while, but with time, I think this could be one of the best co-op horror games of all time. I definitely suggest this game to a friend group who never knows what to play, because you can get hours out of this game. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. If you like this content, please let me know. Join my Discord, it's linked in the description, and I will see you guys later.